Welcome back to our episode. Ryan and Kevin here with Chaos MMA. And today we have on Jared Vanderaa, who fights this weekend, actually, October 29th, UFC Fight Night. Jared, man, how are you doing?
I'm doing all right. Just got in the hotel room maybe 20 minutes ago. Um, did all my paperwork and signing up, showing the UFC I'm here and alive. So yeah, I'm kind of burnt out. Didn't sleep at all last night, and then just driving here just exhausts you.
Well, we appreciate you taking the time when you're tired and everything. We won't keep you here long. I know you probably want to get to bed or get some sleep, whatever you got next. But what has this week been like so far? It's fight week. It's finally here. So what has the week been like so far for you?
Uh, my typical crazy. Yesterday practice, last practice of camp. Got home, got ready, took my daughters to the pumpkin patch. Then just had the just rough time sleeping last night. Not nerves or anything. It's just I'm one of those people that just struggle with sleep. Then I got we left, drove out here, did that shenanigans, and yeah, we pulled up maybe an hour and a half ago. But between waiting for the hotel registry, uh, doing everything for the UFC,
Yeah.
took a little bit longer than planned, and yeah, it's a little exhausting. But
Yes.
yeah,
So now we're getting really close to the fight. So we saw in your video that right now you're 264, right, in pounds. Last week, I'm sorry. So last week we saw that, and then so we know your goal is 259. How close are you to actually making that weight?
uh, woke up this morning at 262.
Okay.
So I mean, it could happen. It couldn't happen. To me, I just want to be at a better weight versus like I'm just happy I don't have to cut weight. Like I might still be on my heavier side,
Yeah.
or not the heavier side, but I'm not cutting this time. I've cut every fight. Sometimes I've been able to cut a little bit less, or a little bit more. Like I've actually had to change my diets to make weight, like cutting out salt, doing this and that. For this fight, I've done absolutely nothing. Uh, to I made certain choices that helped me drop the food or drop weight, but I'm not cutting out any food. I'm not cutting out any vitamins or nutrition.
Yeah.
I'm on weight, so I'm good there. I'm excited that I was able to cut the weight in a healthy manner too. So that definitely will be a plus.
Yeah. So you're talking about this diet. What exactly are you eating throughout the day to give you energy through the training camp?
Uh, energy. Well, it's just me pulling out my ass of like what I could grab, what I can't, because I am a really busy person.
Yeah.
Like I go from I wake up at 6 in the morning, take my daughter to school by 7. Then literally after I drop my daughter off, I have to drive to Huntington Beach. That can range from an hour and a half to a 3-hour drive.
Yikes.
Yeah. And then from there, train anywhere from sometimes it's simply an hour to 3 hours there. Then drive another 2 hours back, shower, get myself situated. Then I give like a little downtime, pick up my
That's a
daughter.
lot.
Oh,
I can't even keep track. I can't even keep track anymore. It's just so much. I wouldn't even be able to keep track of my day.
That's only half my day.
Oh my.
That's the early half.
You got
Then
more?
I have like I have like we're at like 1 o'clock in the day.
Yeah.
I get maybe like 2 hours, like help my daughter with homework, eat, play maybe a game or two, and then I go to work where I train, teach. and I'm usually from there from 3:30 to give or take 9, 10 o'clock, and
Yeah.
then go home, make dinner, then go to bed around 12, 1 o'clock.
Yo, I mean, you're a busy man. You're a busy man, it seems like. And I mean, how is that with training camp, being busy all the time? And then you have a training camp, you have an opponent coming up. So how is that dealing with the training camp too? Like how did training camp go for yourself for this fight camp?
Uh, I have to put one or the other on back burner. So I know I put training camp first, so I put all my time and energy into that. So coaching, I felt definitely dwindled because I don't want to say I wasn't focused on my students and stuff like that, but I was really focused on camp. And by the time I got to deal with them, I was just exhausted. Like sometimes I'd just be like, do we have to do this shit today?
Yeah.
Oh, you want to learn today? Okay, of course you fucking do. I'm just like, let me sleep.
Yeah.
And yeah, so for the most part, that's kind of what I would do is, train, go to work.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, you're not wrong on that. And you've been training hard. It seems like you're a busy man. You're training hard. Who did you get to train with anyone specific for this camp to help you with the style of your opponent or anything, just to help you with your game plan? Anything, anyone specific?
I had a few people that helped out game plan wise. My boy Danilo Marquez, he's definitely helped out a lot. Lucas, who's in the corner over there.
So Lucas.
And of course, Coach Master Rafael Cordano
Yeah,
or Cordero, God, uh, of Kings
yeah,
helped out obviously. And yeah, no, I switched camps, so things are a little bit newer, a little different. So, but so far going well.
Wait, yeah, Jared, I gotta ask you, what kind of hotels are the UFC putting you in? Because that looks like a pretty nice hotel. Understand?
Oh, this is the New York.
okay.
I mean, I think it's a MGM owned. It's not bad. I don't hate it.
It looks comfy, that bed, and I'm jealous of
The
that.
bed's
You got going on.
surprisingly comfy because normally some of these beds suck.
Yeah,
I swear to God, the Red Rocks beds I fucking hate. I know some people might love them, but I fucking hate them.
that's crazy if they put you in bad beds, because I feel like all athletes, like in like as good as you guys are, especially UFC athletes, I feel like you guys need the most comfortable, perfect rest you need, especially fight week. You know what I mean?
Yeah, well, I agree with that, but like again, certain people like certain types of beds. Like I like firmer beds. This is why I love this bed. It's a firmer bed. I'm like, oh, this is actually a nice bed. But like the Red Rock was a very soft bed. I actually like low key. I blame the bed for my loss, my last fight, because like I woke up with a stiff back, and then just throughout the day, my back just got worse and worse. So I blame the bed. Like I am pointing all the fingers. Like all yeah, I'm pointing all the fingers at that bed, despite my hand being down, whatever. I'm blaming the bed.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then so getting more into this fight, what are your thoughts on Waldo as an opponent coming off the Contender Series win? How do you feel like you match up against him?
I think it's definitely gonna be a good fight. First, I do think he has very powerful shots. Think he has quick hands. I actually think he is going to have some good wrestling defense. Um, I definitely think he has a good base between the two. Like he boxes and he's able to stuff the takedown, and that's actually a good, I think, move on his part. So
Yeah.
I do think I think his takedown defense is going to be there. And when someone gets stuffed a few takedowns, it might break their motivation.
Yeah.
Sure enough, they might play into his wheelhouse of striking. So who knows? I
Yeah.
think.
So, oh no, I'm sorry. Keep
Oh,
going.
I was gonna say, I think he has a really good base for success.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so Jared, I want an official prediction. Jared wins by blank on October 19th,
20.
I'm
2022
I'm
at Madison
stuck
Square
between
Garden.
options here. I think either submission or TKO.
If you had to choose one, if you're a betting man, you had to pick one.
Oh, it's hard. I'm not a betting man. I'm trash at betting. Uh,
Hey,
so I'm gonna go. If I was a betting man because I like to go big, I would say knockout second round.
I like the prediction, and you get the knockout. How about that 50K bonus too? How you feel about that?
I would like another one. They're nice.
Yeah,
Yeah, it wouldn't be my first one, but I definitely wouldn't want it to be my last one either. So
yeah.
it'd be nice to have an extra 50K.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure it will. Nice and extra to the paycheck. And last two things here, Jared. Thanks for your time. You get this win. When are you looking to get back in there? You think like what do you think about fighting on like a big pay-per-view next, something crazy? What is your opinion on all that?
Honestly, I haven't really thought that too far ahead. I
Yeah,
mean,
yeah,
there's a lot of like the world's finally opening up, so
yeah.
I mean, I kind of wouldn't mind taking some of this time to like, all right, let me get on one of these, um, bigger event of not necessarily like UFC pay-per-views, but like I think what Australia and South Korea are both going to be fight nights. I know,
Uh,
I
oh,
know at least South Korea is going to be a fight night. I know
yeah.
for a fact,
I
but like
Australia might be a pay-per-view.
yeah.
yeah, that one might be a pay-per-view. But I'm just like those would be fun. I would like to I would like to do that. But I'm like, if not, I mean, we could fight. I don't know. I just haven't thought too much about it. I just figured I go one step at a time, wait until everything happens. I'm just kind of more focused on this one fight
Yeah.
because win or lose, I mean, I don't know what's going to happen. I figured if I win, more opportunities are going to happen one way or another. So that's kind of what I'm just more or less completely focused about because more I daydream about kind of like, oh, what's next after this? I kind of like get lost in it. So I'm just kind of really focused on the next 4 days.
No, I mean, understandable. You're focused on your one opponent right now, what's ahead of you, and you're getting ready for this fight on Saturday. It's going to be a great fight. We can't wait. Tune in this Saturday. And last thing here, Jared, since you're on, we got to get your predictions on two fights coming up. So the first one we got to ask you on is Israel Adesanya versus Alex Pereira. How do you see that fight playing out?
I don't know. That one's tough.
Yeah.
Like that one's a hard one for me to call.
It is.
Just because like first of all, I've seen Sean Strickland get punched. I have personally punched Strickland.
Yeah.
And for prayer to do that in what like a minute, just I was like, damn. Um but Izzy, he's so technical. And yes, they're kickboxing fights. I've haven't sat down and watched them, but from what I've been told, he got caught in one of them, the one that knocked him out. Then the other one that went to I think decision, and people said that Izzy was robbed. I don't like. It's kind of hard to really take those people's word because a lot of people jump on the bandwagon and see no wrong in their heroes, and so because I haven't watched any of those fights, I can't make that solid judgment. But I'm going to lean a little bit more to Izzy, but not by much.
Yeah, I mean, it's a super close fight. I mean,
Yeah.
I don't know which way to lean either at this point.
Jared, I just want to ask you real quick. Do you think? Because I have a little theory going about how I think Izzy's gonna come into this fight. I think he's gonna go for the takedown. I think he's gonna try to switch it up that much because I don't think Pereira is in MMA as deep as Israel has been. You know what I mean?
True. Like, is Volkanovski at City Kickboxing?
He goes there like for a
Like,
few weeks. Yeah, he's back and
I,
forth.
I don't think he's permanently at that camp, but
Alright.
he does train there a lot.
Yeah, because there's a like I do think that if like I don't know, because I would say there's a certain Aussie that helps Volkanovski, and I think he's a big reason why he was able to get out of Ortega's choke and stuff.
Yeah.
But I don't know if he works with that particular Aussie. So I don't know if that would be the smartest move. And just to think that Alex hasn't been working on his wrestling defense or his jiu-jitsu, considering looking at some of his partners, I feel like that would be kind of foolish. Like, I don't think
style as Israel as well. Like the stand-up kickboxing doesn't really go for takedowns. You need to have that good deep takedown defense.
yeah. Like I was talking to about my opponent. Like, I feel like he has good wrestling defense and good boxing. I think that would be very true for Alex because, he was a champion in one sport. He knows what it's like to get to the top level. So for him to sit there and maybe ignore one of the biggest aspects of his fighting skills, I think would be kind of foolish.
Yeah, it's gonna be an interesting fight how that plays out. I mean, it's really close odds wise. And the last one here, quick one. Who do you got in Dustin Poirier versus Michael Chandler? There's some beef leading up. Who do you think's gonna take that one?
I don't know. I'm gonna lean to Chandler because the wifey likes him the most.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm with that. Though she was kind of offended in how short he was. She was like, "He's short." I'm like, "Yeah, 5'7". What were you expecting him to be as tall as me? It's like, "You're short." I'm like, "Yeah, I'm only 6'4". Short.
Only 6'4". You can't say that. You can't say that, Jared. You can't say I'm only 6'4". That's not a thing.
Yeah, you're crazy.
I can't. When I actually get called short all the time by this woman, who's only 5'4", by the way. I'm like, bitch. And the worst thing is, I might be like one of her tallest guys she's ever dated. Like everyone else is like average height, and I'm like, and she goes, I don't see you as tall, and then I see you around people and you're tall. I'm like, make up your women.
Oh my god.
But
You must have grown up with giants in the house or something. I don't know.
No, she didn't. Like, I know her family. None of them. None. I'm like, why are you saying? Like, my daughter is 5 and more than half my like, she's like almost 4 feet or some shit like that. And my girl's like, you need to stop growing. I'm like, you call her big. She gets her genetics from me in the big department, and I'm not big. Like, the fuck?
that's crazy. I mean,
Absolutely no sense.
no. Well, 6'3", 6'4", that's big. And you got to go with the wife's pick on that one. I guess you got to follow Chandler's the pick. But for you, Cherry, thanks again for your time. We appreciate it. We can't wait for your fight this weekend. Good luck. And if you want to thank any sponsors, shout out any social media, man, the floor is yours.
Thank you guys for having me. If you want to follow me, I'm on most of every major social network under Jared Vanderaa. So feel free to follow. Please forgive me if I suck at responding because I am horrible at it. With that being said, thanks for having me.
Yeah, thanks for coming out. We can't wait for the fight, man. Thanks again.
Thank you, man. Have a good one.
Have a good
You
one.
too, man. Good night.
Good night.